So referrals have been the biggest driver for customer acquisition. Number two, outbound is something that you're doing more and more of now. In the early days, founders often spend a bunch of time and energy trying to figure out what channels are going to work and not having a lot of success. Give me an example of like one channel that you tried or you struggle with or just didn't work.
Actually, at the extreme early days, I tried some ads. Actually, just good old fashioned Google ads. Tried some like LinkedIn ads, like way back in the day. It didn't work for us. I mean, retroactively looking at it, it's if your messaging isn't extremely transactional and your brand and messaging is pointing towards something like a new direction, something like marketing ad spend needs to be part of it. Needs to be patient capital with a return horizon that is well into the months. And so it just didn't do anything real for us, right? And another piece that was a little bit later on in the journey, but suffered a similar fate. I would say just most things in marketing, honestly, have not worked for us in the early days when we just didn't have much to do there. But we invested in event sponsorship, right? Trying to have a booth and going to places where the customers were, and we didn't see any relative return on investment versus reaching the same people through digital means, right? Like through outbound. So that just totally did not work for us. We'd done some events and community. It's another thing within the world of like marketing, which was great for us in terms of like starting to develop relationships, but it wasn't because of the nature of our sales cycle. It wasn't converting into like sales qualified leads with anywhere near like what we imagined it would. And it's funny because now some of these very things that I mentioned are things that we're going back to. And I feel like, you know, much more confident that it will succeed because a lot of the other things have been tuned around the sales process itself and the messaging, and not to mention a lot of these things on the on the marketing side going forward. What's going to be different versus what we've done in the past is it's all going to be done in partnership with our customers, right? So we're going to be putting them forward versus quote our voice for all these different marketing efforts that we may do in the future.